Hi everyone, and welcome to Joe Reviews. For the past year, I've added about a half dozen items to my desk area. One item in particular has proven surprisingly more useful and enjoyable than I thought it would be. I've been using the BenQ ScreenBar Halo light bar for a couple of months, and it really surprised me as to what I've been missing out on by not having a monitor light bar. Right now, I'd say it's my favorite desk accessory. For a light bar, it comes with great features and adjustments to fine-tune the lighting to your preference. There's a couple small issues that I'd like to see improved on, but other than that, it's been great, so let's get into it. First things first, why buy a light bar? I have to admit, I was skeptical a light bar would be beneficial to my desk setup. I didn't know if it was something I really needed, or I just wanted it because I've seen other desk setups with light bars. However, there are a few major benefits to outfitting your monitor with a light bar. First and most obvious, it's a great way to illuminate your desk area. It helps concentrate light on the tasks in front of you, which helps you focus more on your work. In addition to just providing a light source on my work, I've been using the ScreenBar Halo for help in lighting different products that I've been reviewing. Light bars also help reduce eye strain from your computer monitor. This is especially helpful if you're on your computer in a dark room. How does it help reduce eye strain? Well, one of the causes of eye strain comes from blue light exposure, which is common in all the screens we have around us, from phones, TVs, to computer monitors. A light bar helps remove blue light and potential damage to your eyes. I've had dry eyes for many years, constantly putting eye drops in. For this reason, a light bar was of particular interest to me. Looking at screens all day isn't great for your eye health, and if I can use something that can make it healthier, why not? Another plus, light bars take up virtually no desk space. I am particular about what I add to my desk area. I try to keep no more on my desk than what I'm essentially working on in that moment. This isn't always the case, but it's what I strive for. The only thing from the ScreenBar Halo that takes up space on the desk is the wireless controller, which is very minimal. Alright, so let's get started with quickly going over the unboxing. Upon opening the box, you'll find the instructions, curved monitor mounting bracket, the light, controller, and 3 AAA batteries for the controller. Setup is simple. After removing the wrapping off the light and controller, the light just clips onto the top of the monitor. If you have a slim monitor, there is a pad included which helps with installation. While the light fits on the majority of monitors, there are a few monitors that don't work with this light. Monitors that have 2 bezels on the backside or a top bezel that is not horizontal will not work. BenQ makes it easy to check whether your monitor is compatible with their light bars. After clipping the light bar on, it just needs to be plugged into a USB port. This light uses a Type A connector. I plugged mine into the USB port on my monitor. One thing to keep in mind is if you connect the light to your monitor or computer, then those will need to be on as well if you want the light to turn on. Just something to keep in mind if you want to use this light as a desk light when you don't have your monitor on. After the light is plugged in, put the batteries into the small circular controller. It's already paired with the light, so to power on the light, all you need to do is just press the power button in the center. Then that's all there is to set up. It's super simple if you have a compatible monitor. I was really impressed with the controller for the light bar. It seems like a lot of thought went behind the design of it. It feels durable and has some weight to it. The controller just feels and looks premium with the metal ring and anti-slip base. The material choices and color scheme are similar to my keyboard, which I think pair nicely on my desk. Being wireless helps clear my desk of annoying wires and gives the area a much cleaner look. I like that the whole controller is sloped downward towards you. It makes it easier to see what controls are laid out in front of you. BenQ claims the controller works from 1 meter away. I've tested from 10 feet away and it still works with no issues. Not that there'd be many setups that need that kind of range. Another plus is you can use one controller to control more than one light. Adjusting the light via the controller is truly effortless. There are 5 settings you can choose from on the controller: the temperature, auto dimming, light mode, favorites, and of course the brightness. To choose any one of these settings, just tap on the small icon it represents, then use the dial to change the setting. For example, for either brightness or temperature, after you select one, the dial knob can be used to turn up the level of brightness or the warmth or coolness of the light. Rotating the dial feels smooth and precise. I like that the face of the controller shows the level at which these options are at. I use the auto dimming feature quite a bit. There is a sensor built into the center of the light. This sensor detects ambient light and adjusts the light bar to 500 lux automatically. Why 500 lux? Because that's the recommended level by the American National Standard for office lighting. And for those wondering, lux is a measure of light density of 1 lumen per square meter. As just mentioned, auto dimming will automatically adjust the brightness to 500 lux. The ScreenBar Halo has a rated max brightness of 800 lux, assuming a distance of 45 centimeters between the desk and the light. Even at the highest level, it doesn't feel like the light ever gets too bright. It does a great job of evenly distributing the light in your work area. BenQ states the ScreenBar Halo uses 0 flicker LEDs, which produces a steady light output that's good for your eyes. Many other LED light bars have components that flash rapidly to mimic incandescent light bulbs, which can cause eye strain. Since I primarily use my home office at nights, this room is usually pretty dark. I have a couple of smaller lights in the room. They don't provide much illumination. With a light bar set to auto dim, it does a great job of providing plenty of light on my desk area without it feeling like it's too bright. Now, the only thing with auto dimming feature is the temperature of the light is constant at 4000 K, which means it's a bit cooler temperature of light, which not everyone will like. The color temperature range goes from a very warm 2700 K to a cool 6500 K. This is plenty of range to find the sweet spot that works for you. I prefer to use a cooler temperature of light when I'm working on tasks, as I feel it helps keep me focused. I'll use a warmer light later at night for a more relaxing vibe. In addition to the modes listed, you can also set up a favorite mode. If you have a certain brightness or color temperature you prefer, you can set it up as a favorite and easily return to it by pressing the heart icon on the controller. The light mode lets you choose which of the two lights to turn on. You can either have both backlight and front light on, or just the front light or just the backlight on. I prefer to have both on at the same time. If your desk isn't near a wall, then you probably just want the front light on, as the backlight wouldn't have anything to reflect off of. When you want to change the brightness or temperature of the light, just know that both will match each other. You can't have one brighter than the other or a different temperature for each. Where the ScreenBar Halo really shines, pun intended, is for how well it lights up the desk area. You don't get any glare off the monitor from the light. The asymmetrical design ensures no reflections, which is really what you want in a light bar. You can see from this example with having a piece of paper next to the light bar where the light shines. Essentially, it shines straight down and away from the monitor. You can adjust the light and rotate it inward or outward to your preference. Although when adjusting the light, one thing you notice is how the whole light can easily shift. The clamp, while simple to use, doesn't have a very firm grip on the monitor. It hasn't been an issue for me where it ever fell off, and I moved my monitor around a fair amount. I do like the design of the clip, and the fact that they included the backlight right into it is smart. I wish the backlight would light up a bit more behind the monitor, but for how small it is, it provides a decent amount of light. At $179, this is one of the pricier light bars available, but for that price, you get the wireless controller, which is really well made. The main light comes with a backlight, which you don't see on many other monitor lights. Plus, with how the light was designed to ensure no light reflects off the monitor, makes the ScreenBar Halo, in my opinion, worth its price tag. The light bar, however, isn't perfect and it has its flaws. As mentioned before, it'd be nice if the backlight could shine a little brighter, or if you could have the option to change the brightness of the front and backlight separately. Also, while I think the controller overall responds to your touch very well, there are times when it doesn't register it, and I have to press multiple times to change the brightness or color temperature. Overall, the ScreenBar Halo by BenQ has been a beneficial addition to my desk setup. Not only does it provide health benefits by removing blue light and reducing eye strain, but it helps me stay focused on my work. Setup of this light bar is simple thanks to their patented clamp on the light and already paired controller. There are ample amounts of settings and adjustments that you can make to tailor fit the lighting to your preference. While there are a few flaws, I think they're pretty easy to overlook thanks to the overall quality of this light. If you're someone who has been thinking of purchasing a light bar for their setup, I think you need to consider this light if you're willing to spend what this light bar costs. I'm happy with this purchase, and I don't think most people would regret adding this light to their setup. That's it for my review. Let me know your thoughts on the ScreenBar Halo in the comments. Are there any other monitor lights that you think are better than this one? Otherwise, please subscribe, leave a like if you got anything out of this video, and I'll catch you in the next review.